In this video, I'm going to show you how you grant and revoke access to private channels. We have 2 triggers for workflows as well as 2 actions for the workflows. So let's say you're running a free community group. Everyone can get in for free, mingle, chat, you can nurture them. But then you have an upsell, which could be the private channel, the private coaching access to you directly or to more coaches where they will then answer the customers or the prospects' questions. Let me show you how you can set this up. So first, let's log into our community group. And here on the left-hand side, you can see I have already created a private channel. To create a private channel, you click Add Channel, you give it a name, you can give it a description, you can choose the channel icon, and then here you can toggle on the option Make this channel private. You can also set it to read-only channel, but in this case, we're just going to set it to private. And let's create a channel. And then here on the left-hand side, you see the private channel showing up. You can identify the private channels by seeing this little log icon right here. Now let's set up the workflow. Click on Automation on the left, Workflows at the top, click Create Workflow. Now the same goes for actions. If you click the plus icon, you type private in the search bar, and under the communities area, you can see grant private channel access and revoke private channel access. Now, when are you going to use which action or which trigger? Now let's stick to the example that you have a free community and you're upselling access to the private channel. Then our trigger could be order form submitted. From here, you can filter down in which funnel or website it's placed and what the submission type was. For now, let's just keep it simple and keep it at order form submitted. This means if somebody pays you to access this particular group, you will give them automatically access. So click the action button, type private into the search bar, and then grant private channel access. From here, you can select the group, and inside the group, you can also again select the channel because maybe you have several different private channels going. So let's select the group coaching one as the private channel, and then let's hit save action. Now, every time somebody submits the order form to pay you to access the community, they will automatically be enrolled into the community itself as well as into the private channel. Now, in the contrary, let's say they are asking for a refund. They got into the community, they decided it's not for them or they don't have time to do it, and the trigger could be refund. Let's select the refund, the amount, the source, the status, or the type. From here, you could also select custom fields, but in this case, let's say the amount was $9 because that's what our community would cost. We would hit save the trigger, then we would add the action, type private in the search bar, and then revoke private channel access. From here, again, we select the group and we select the channel where we would like to remove them from. Now, the difference here is it will now remove them from the private channel, but it will still keep them in the group. So the group is free, remember, they can still mingle and hang out, and maybe later on they will change their mind again and then upgrade again. And for this, they will then be added to the private channel again because we already have set up that particular workflow. Now, but when would you use the actual triggers? Well, I would suggest once you remove access to a channel, you can send an offboarding email sequence, for example. Click the trigger, select the trigger here, private access revoked, for example, right? Again, we're going to select the group, and here we're going to select the channel. We remove them from our coaching group, and then we want to send them a confirmation email, but also what we want to do is maybe ask them for feedback, right? So here you could send an email, then you would fill in your details. Was it coming from what email? What's the subject? Hey, why did you leave? And then I would just compose a quick message. Hey, contact first name, and then just ask them, hey, I'm sad to see you go. Mind sharing with me what happened? And then you'd be surprised how many people actually get back to you and give you the reason. This is really great feedback for you because you can then improve your products and services. Make sure to track the clicks if you have any. For example, here you could say PS and then give them like a special offer. Hey, I would like you to rejoin. Click here for a 50% off coupon. Then you would hyperlink it and then track the clicks. Hit save action. Don't forget to hit publish and save top right corner. And this way you would get great feedback and maybe even retain the customer. Building a community like this off social media can benefit your business so much because the attention stays within your own container. Building a community on social media, there's always the danger that they get bombarded with different notifications from the platform, they get distracted, and even other people can contact them all the time. If you move your community inside this CRM, you build your community there, you can go live there, you can use these triggers to upsell and downsell, and you will see your business grow. And if you want to learn how to create digital products and sell those to your communities, click the links around this video, and I will see you on the other side.